getting this third degree burn on the 64 third degree burn. Yeah, 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 yeah. Chaos, searing Lord of Flames. Keep fighting the chaos that lives inside me, trying to hold down the beast, but it's hard to do that because everybody angers me and triggers it. I live in this world, this Kansas City. I, Archfiends of Chaos. This is your King of the Night, Vincent Valentine EX Turk. And before I go to bed, I actually want to make one more video because I just can't keep thinking about this video. I can't stop thinking about it, but it's just, there's some similarities to Final Fantasy 15 and 7 that are just hits super hard. And I know this is going to go down the rabbit hole. And I might get dislikes because it's a very controversial video. But is Ardyn like Vincent Valentine? Are Ardyn and Vincent Valentine similar? Now, when it comes to their curses, as Ardyn has a host of myriads of demons, meaning a whole bunch of demons in his body, helping him make the evil decisions he did, but 10 times. And that's why Ardyn's pure evil, even though part of Ardyn doesn't want to be evil anymore. Vincent Valentine is controlled by a dark, demonic entity known as Chaos. And if you know anything about Final Fantasy lore, Chaos is usually known as an evil entity. But the reason why he's not in 7 is because Vincent finally takes control of Chaos and turns the beast to pretty much a hero, or should I say anti-hero. But what makes them both similar is that it was hard for them. They both had some hardships. Even though Ardyn kind of caused some of his own hardships with his jealousy toward Izunia, healing all those people made him absorb all those demons when he was the Oracle. So he also lost the chance to the throne, and his brother got paranoid and killed, and pretty much banished him from history as to be afraid of his brother from absorbing all those demons. So pretty much Ardyn had some unfair circumstances to him that made him to do what he did, even though technically he could have chosen to live a normal life. As for Vincent Valentine not only lost the love of his life, not just only to somebody else, but in somewhat he thought that she died until he went back and found her. So went back and found her. And not only that, he's also lost the will to live. As you see, Vincent Valentine sleeps in a casket for 30 years, without his body aging because of chaos. So Vincent lost out 30 years of his life sleeping in a casket. But even before that, Vincent lost Lucretia and pretty much even memories of people he kind of knew. Even though he recognized at least one person, and that was Veld from the Turk days. He pretty much lost a whole bunch, and a whole bunch of time has went by while he was sleeping in a casket. Whole bunch of time. So some of the people he probably would have known has probably died off or something happened. The only person that's alive is the person he hates, and that's Hojo. And Vincent Valentine only joins Cloud to get revenge on Hojo for putting him and Lucretia through the sorry state that they both got from Hojo. So pretty much with the whole entire thing is Vincent Valentine's revenge driven just like Ardyn, but the difference is Vincent's more of an anti-hero. He would never hurt anyone who's innocent. Matter of fact, Vincent Valentine's upright and full of justice. Even though he has an evil thing inside of him that constantly haunts him, hence why Vincent Valentine never sleeps at all. He has an evil thing that haunts him every night. He still would save the innocent, protect the innocent, considering what happened at Calm with Deep Ground. So, Vincent Valentine does not blame society, as Ardyn blames society for what happened to him. Vincent Valentine blames the person who's actually responsible, Professor Hojo. And that's why Vincent Valentine joins up with Avalanche, with Cloud, to find not only Hojo, but also to put an end to Sephiroth, because Vincent Valentine finds out that Sephiroth is more like Hojo than he is than he is of Lucretia. He's that because technically I'd have to say Sephiroth is more of Hojo's kid than Lucretia, considering because Sephiroth went psycho and killed a whole bunch of people, and that's something his father Hojo is notorious for doing that. But nonetheless, Vincent Valentine wanted to get revenge. Just like Ardyn did. But the difference is, Vincent knew it's not society's fault. It was Hojo and Shinra, the rightful evil that took away, everything. And Vincent still stayed as a hero. Vincent saved many lives. In Final Fantasy VII alone, and as you will, when he helped citizens escape the Midgar, the meteor disaster. He helped. In fact, Vincent Valentine was actually held as a hero of the Genova War. So, pretty much, that's a pretty big honor for an optional character to become one of the biggest heroes of the Genova War, considering Vincent Valentine was actually saved innocent civilians, from the meteor disaster. So even Final Fantasy VII and in Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus, where he saved innocent civilians from deep ground, even though he didn't have to, he owed nothing to him. Vincent Valentine stays as a hero, as Ardyn is pretty much the same kind of character, but Ardyn went on a darker and much destructive path. But then again, could you really blame Ardyn? Because could you really blame Ardyn? Because could you really blame Ardyn? Because could you blame Ardyn? Because if you can't, could you actually blame Ardyn? Because think about it. Ardyn hosted myriads, not one demon. Vincent was only possessed by chaos, which was genetically into his code, and chaos is only one demon, as Ardyn is possessed by hundreds of thousands of demons. Imagine trying to get sleep when you try to. That thing will probably eat you up. And with Ardyn's already darkened heart because of society and his jealousy towards his brother, the demons only increase that over 3,000 years. So just like Vincent Valentine, Ardyn has lived for a long time. But the reason why Vincent's not bitter is Vincent's only controlled by one. And two, Vincent still stayed, he still stayed saving people. Even though his goal was revenge on Professor Hojo. As for Ardyn is another parallel of Vincent Valentine, if you really think about it, because Ardyn chose to get revenge on the whole world, even darkened the world and sent demons around the whole entire world of Eos. Even turned on his own empire, turned them all to demons. Ardyn hates society. Vincent Valentine only hates an evil scientist that made him into what he is. So, if anything, Vincent Valentine is pretty much a good guy version of what Ardyn could have been if Ardyn would have stayed at least on the path of justice. Because Vincent Valentine never blamed society. He only blamed Shinra and Hojo. Ardyn blamed what happened to him on society, and that's why he wanted to fuck everybody else up. He even manipulated Idolus to have his goals. He even turned Idolus into a demon, and knowing how Idolus hates demons, you can imagine how sick to Idolus' stomach he has to feel about what Ardyn did to him. And that's probably why you see Idolus' corpse in the throne room with Ardyn. But the difference is, they're both the same. The similarities is that they both got possessed and cursed by their own ailments, their own unholy enhancements. Now Ardyn's is supernatural, as Vincent is genetic. But they both want revenge on something. But with Vincent Valentine, he wanted to have only revenge on Hojo. Everybody else thought he had to save, because he knew it was part of the journey, And anyone who's pretty much in trouble by Sephiroth or Shinra, Vincent's gonna help him because he knows how evil the Shinra corporation really is. So he would save people from the Shimmer Corporation. That's why he saved people during the meteor. It's even though that's Sephiroth's doing. You know, still Sephiroth acting out of anger is kind of like what Hojo would have acted like, and that's why Vincent was disgusted at Sephiroth. That's why Vincent was disgusted at Sephiroth and said he needed to sleep for millions of years, you know, because of what he did. You know, he says, you know, technically comparing Sephiroth to his actual biological father, Hojo, in a way. So Vincent Valentine is pretty much a good guy version of what Ardyn could have been. Though Ardyn, remember, let's keep in mind, Ardyn got possessed by millions of demons being an oracle. And then not only his feelings of jealousy, but also the fact his brother killed him and tried to kill him and erase him from history out of paranoia caused Ardyn to hate the whole world. He didn't just hate the Lucis Cealum family. He hated the world that the crystal chose. He hated that the crystal chose people like his brother over him. Even though his brother was actually kind of a bad guy, because his brother got paranoid instead of trying to heal his brother Ardyn. And that's why you see Azunia saying, "Go free my brother, my curse," because, you know, to Noctis after he gets defeated as a ruler of Yor, because he's sorry that he caused Ardyn to go down this path in the first place, because Azunia's paranoia, you know, sent him to destroy Ardyn and put it, you know, erase him from history, which, you know, Ardyn comes back because the Ring of Lucii, the curse he has, you know. But they're both cursed with immortality. They both can't sleep. They both lost their loved ones. Just one chose a path of light, and Vincent Valentine's the one who chose the path of light, as Ardyn chose the path of darkness. So that's my whole theory of how those two characters are very similar. May the crystal be with you. Like and subscribe. I've been wanting to do this one for a while.